Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's Beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I bet this is going to be a tasty treat, may even be a juice bomb on top of that. I've had some of the Other Half Brewers, and that's where this comes from. This is Other Half Brewing. They're out of Brooklyn, New York. And all of them were damn tasty beers, and they were juice bombs. They were outstanding beers, and these guys do some really tasty stuff there at Other Half Brewing. This was sent to me by Alex, John, and Josh. They sent me a beer mail package, had a few beers from their area, I guess, and he sent a little note saying it's Simcoe Single Hopped Imperial IPA. That's what he's got here on his little note sheet here that he sent me. So I want to thank Alex, John, and Josh for collaborating and getting me those beers down here. I cannot get these beers from Other Half down here. So, looking forward to this. This should be a really tasty beer. This is an 8.5%er according to what's on the can, and they do make a double dry hop version. That's according to what I've read here. And this is not it. This is the regular version, and it has on the bottom of it 2/9 of 2017, and today is the 28th. So we're right around 20 days old. 19 days old, so it should be very, very tasty, very, very fresh. Can't get these beers that fresh around here. These guys let the shit sit in the warehouse a couple of months. The Too Hard I picked up today has a first week of January date on it. That's the freshest shit I get my hands on. It's 2 months old already. So I don't know why it takes that long to get the beer distributed in Virginia. Other than they want the people that control the distribution sell Budweiser, Miller, and Coors, and they have for 100 years. And they'd rather put those beers out on the shelf and give them the majority of the shelf space, especially in the grocery stores, and not carry stuff, any craft beer. Those guys don't give a rat's ass. They don't. They'd rather sell more Budweiser. They'd rather sell more Miller, more Coors, than worry about these little guys that make craft beer. And I think it's a thorn in their side, a pain in their ass, if you will. So, and they can make a lot more money on selling horse piss like Budweiser and pony piss like Bud Light. But that's the realm we live in here in this part of Virginia. And the distributors here around here have been in control of that since the Depression and even before. So they have very deep pockets, and they lobby the Congress and representatives to vote the way they want them to vote. So we're probably just lucky that they even carry it, and you don't have to go to a specialized craft beer store. It would probably be better for us if they didn't, to be honest about it. That way we'd get fresher stuff, and it would come in, and we may even get some stuff that's 2 weeks old like this, or instead of 2 months or 3 months or even 4 months old before you even see it. And a lot of people have commented on that too, that they still see IPAs and double IPAs sitting on the shelf that's 8, 12 months old or longer. So these guys or to mark the stuff down when it gets close to 3 or 4 months, at least 3 months. If I had a beer store and I had this beer there, when it got to the 10-week-old, I'd be marking it down. When it got to the 12-week-old, I'd mark it down even further. But they've paid, and those guys that have the Budweiser and have the dates on them, They'll go in if they got old Budweiser there, which they probably very rarely do because there's still a lot of people that drink that swill. They'll pull that and rotate and put some fresher stuff in. And I guess they take that back to the warehouse and the distribution, and the employees get it. So, but anyway, make a long story short, beer distribution sucks in Virginia, especially this part of Virginia. Let's get on with this because I know it's going to be a very tasty beer. Don't see the IBUs listed here on Rate Beer, so let's go over to Untappd. They don't have it either. So, with that being said, there's no commercial description, I don't think. Let me see. Yep, Forever Simcoe is an Imperial IPA hop completely with Simcoe. Single hop beer. So, while I get this thing popped open, I will tell you cuisine is barbecue, cheeses and pepper, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp, blue cheddar, your more stronger pungent cheeses, Gorgonzola and Limburger. And I don't want to have to pour a lot of this in there, so I'm going to swirl this around a little bit. See if I can get some of that stuff that's settled in the bottom of the can into their original pour here. As far as snifter tulip oversized wine glass, I didn't go through the rest of it. The meat is grilled meat, game, and salmon. And not recommended for extended cellaring because it's a double IPA, but they say here it can be cellared for a long period. You don't want to do that. They go by the ABV and not the type of beer, which is kind of screwed up as far as I'm concerned. It is very cloudy, but it does not look like a juice bomb, guys. About a finger of head on that pour. It's very orange, tangerine, amber in color. Good looking beer. Let's get the nose to it. Big citrusy. And some grapefruit, mango, and pineapple. Very citrusy on there on the nose. Wow. That smells absolutely fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Good looking beer. Let's dive in. What do you think? Let's get it on. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Alex, John, and Josh. Not a lot of times I get 3 people collaborating on sending me a beer mail package. But these guys probably have stood in line to get these beers. And I do appreciate that effort. I really do. So, it's time. Surprisingly well balanced. Awesome taste. For an 8.5%er, the alcohol is super well hidden. And it doesn't seem to have a monster bitterness on the back end like yesterday's beer did. Wow, that is so smooth and easy drinking for an 8.5%er. Wow, awesomely well made. Oh man, that is so delicious. I gotta dive in again. Oh man. That looked a little cloudier coming that last little bit of pour there. Looks a little bit cloudier than what I poured in there originally. Now it's getting to look more like a juice bomb. Yeah, it looks like orange juice in there now. That last little bit had all that pulp and juiciness to it. Wow. Not as orangey juicy looking as some that I have seen, but it does look pretty hop juiciness. Hop juiciness, is that a word? Hop juicy. That's not a word. That's 2 words. Hop juicy. It could be a malt bomb. So let's sip on it and see if I think it's a malt bomb when I come back. Let me have her have a sip 2 or 3 and sip on it for a while. And I'll come back and figure it out if I can. I might have to get some help. I might ask her. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little left here. Awesome lacing that's left on the glass. Very, very, very tasty beer. These guys at Other Half Brewing do some really nice stuff. And on top of that, they got a candle date on it. Yay! Very simple labels these guys do though. I guess I saved some money. I would do a little bit fancier stick on a label than these guys are doing, but that's just me. Something to catch your attention. Doesn't have the IBUs on the can, and it doesn't have it written anywhere that I've seen. Let me look one more time. No, I don't have the IBUs on the can or on the sites here. So, very tasty beer, very citrusy. Simcoe is a very nice beer. Simcoe is a very nice hop to make beer with. I have used it. I don't grow those hops here. I've not been able to get my hands on the rhizomes to actually grow them here, and I probably would if I could get my hands on them. So they may be available somewhere, but I've not been lucky enough to get my hands on any of them yet. So, but I have brewed with the hop pellets before, and it's very tasty. Awesome beer, very citrusy, like I said, hints of grapefruit, pine, and lighter fruit notes, peaches, apples, pears. Nice pininess to the beer. Excellent, excellent, well done beer. Very balanced on this beer, guys. The hop bitterness, the one we had yesterday, which was a 7% single IPA, was more bitter than this one, being an 8.5. So very well done, I will say. 2 thumbs up to the guys at Other Half for doing such a wonderful beer and wonderful beers. Everything that I've been sent from this brewery, the guys that send me the stuff that's up in New York, very tasty. Understand why you stand in line to get stuff like this. Much better than what's in the grocery stores around here, I'll tell you that. So, final chug. Delicious, guys. Delicious. For me, guys, it's definitely an A beer, and that's where I want to put it. 98 for me on this one. Very, very tasty. And if you say, oh my God, that's a 100 beer, I wouldn't argue with that. I would absolutely not argue with that. I'd like to see put the IBUs on it. And it wasn't quite as big as a Juice Bomb as some of the others I've had from these guys, and Trillium and Treehouse and some of the other guys that are doing it. I mean, this style of beer is catching on all across the country. West Coast breweries are doing them now, and Ohio and other states are getting into these juice bombs and unfiltered beers. Very pleasant. I enjoy these. These beers have ruined me. I like these over the regular. I would choose this over a Bell's any day. No doubt about it. But I can't get these beers here. So kind of limited at the grocery stores around here where we normally buy our go-to beers. That's where I'm going to put it. Let's run over to Beer Advocate. They have 90. I think it's a little better than 90. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer has it at 97 overall, 91 in the style. I'm pretty close to that number, 97. I'll give it an upper A number myself. So I'm pretty close to that number, more so than Beer Advocate. And over to Untapped, for our final check-in, they got it at 4.21, which is definitely in their A category. Not quite to their 10, because the best numbers I've seen from those guys is like about a 4.56 or 4.57. That's their top-notch beer. So we're in the A category, not A minus, but we're in the solid A category. Not quite to the A plus or a 10 beer, but pretty damn close. Pretty awesome beer. I would buy this beer if I could get it here, most definitely. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. If you've had this one from Other Half Brewing, they're Forever Simcoe. This is the regular version. Like I said, they did do a double dry hop version of this. That would probably be a 10 beer when they double dry hopped it on the end of this. So one of these days I might get my hands on one of them. So if you've had this one from them, let me know what you think, guys. Come on back tomorrow. Let's dig something tasty out of the fridge. See you then.